If you've ever seen my channel, you know I love the NES. I have an NES complex. All the quirky things about it, the fun, the nostalgia, the peripherals.
I want to be your daddy.
And especially the games. But with over 750 games in its library, how do I boil it down just to my favorite 20? For me, it came down to this. Which games do I return to time and time again throughout the decades? Which games do I personally find the most fun? I know this list will have games that you don't expect.
That's a for sure.
And some games you do expect aren't going to be on here at all. But hopefully I'll introduce you to some games that weren't on your radar. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's go. Number 20. Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse. After Simon's Quest, Castlevania 3 returned to the series' roots and improved on the formula in nearly every way. Exploring the beautifully moody forests, clock towers, and ghost ships of Transylvania is hauntingly delightful. The addition of new playable characters, Grant, Sonia, and Alucard, with their distinct play mechanics, gives Castlevania 3 that extra level of diversity that elevates it above many games on the NES. This third installment also added replayability by including branching pathways to Dracula, plus eerie, melancholy music, beautiful graphics, and wonderful level design. All these elements come together to make it the Castlevania game that I return to most on the NES. Number 19. GUN.SMOKE. GUN.SMOKE.
GUN.SMOKE? You are got to be kidding me!
GUN.SMOKE plays like a vertical shoot-'em-up set in the Wild West town of Hicksville. You're forced to constantly move forward, pumping lead into the grizzled varmints you encounter along the way. Like all shoot-'em-ups, your nameless cowboy can find upgrades and enhancements that make you a wanderer to be reckoned with. I reckon. There's a wanted criminal boss for each stage, and of course with dusty levels, money bags, horses, barrels, and saloons aplenty, the Western theme is strong. I'm sure GUN.SMOKE isn't on too many top 20 lists, but it has constant action and a special pick-up and play element that makes it a blast. And after 30 years, I'm still playing it. Number 18. Strider. Everything in Strider is executed with energetic flair. Sliding, striking with the lightning-fast Cypher sword, walking on walls, even walking in general is animated with urgency. The futuristic ninja magic mashup combined with cyber-tech assassination plot makes for a thrilling action-adventure that shouldn't be missed. Strider's level design, based on exploring and backtracking through international locales with their angular passageways and vertical transport tubes, makes it stand out among its NES contemporaries. And finding upgrades and data disks for analysis adds to the sense that you're unraveling a mystery, making Strider feel unique for the time. It's not without its flaws, but Strider is action wrapped in a gray plastic shell. Number 17. Metroid. If I could sum up Metroid in one word, it would be exploration. Rather than having a series of progressively more difficult levels, Metroid has a unified game world. It took the side-scrolling elements of Super Mario Bros. And the adventure elements of Zelda, replaced the bright, cheerful colors of those games with a darker, moodier color scheme, and poof, Metroid was born. This hybridization required Nintendo to think differently about design and resulted in a fresh experience for gamers. Power-ups make Samus more powerful, but also make exploration possible. Thorough exploration leads to frequent upgrades and powers like Screw Attack and the Varia Suit, new weapons like the Wave and Ice Beams, and tons of missile expansions and energy tanks. All these factors make Metroid an amazing experience even after all these years. Number 16. Mega Man 1. After nearly 50 spin-offs and sequels, this is where it all began for the Blue Bomber. He was cartoony, colorful, and with clean animations and his Mega Buster blasting, he was cool. But it wasn't his greatest outing. Though 2 and 3 fine-tuned the process, the core mechanics of what makes Mega Man so great are all here. Tight controls, selectable stages, thematic environmental levels like Iceman and Electman stages, crazy characters like Gutsman and the Yellow Devil, a variety of weapons, and of course, amazing music. lack of passwords, terrible cover art, and only having 6 robot masters to fight are small gripes for a game this good. I still find myself coming back to where it all began, and it's number 16 on my list. Number 15. Journey to Silius. Originally based on the classic Terminator film until Sunsoft lost the license, Journey to Silius rose above its movie roots to become a classic in its own right. Armed with a growing arsenal of weapons like the machine gun, homing gun, and laser rifle, you must blast through a slew of futuristic robotic enemies and 5 challenging stages. Whether you're in the ruins of Space Colony number 428, fighting through the enemy hideout, or aboard the spaceship, all levels have a similar aesthetic, layered with rich colors and interesting backgrounds. Also, Silius has one of the best soundtracks on the NES, period. If you like action side-scrollers like Contra or Mega Man, then get this game. You won't be disappointed. And that's a complex promise.
Which is worth about the 1 coin.
Number 14. Power Blade. Blending Bionic Commando's action, Mega Man's selectable stages, and Castlevania's whip upgrade system, Power Blade takes familiar elements, mixes them with a boomerang, and creates something truly special. The graphics are clean, controls are tight, power-ups actually power you up and entice you to play more. The soundtrack is fantastic, perfectly suiting the action in the game. Levels have branching paths to encourage exploration as you look for an informant that will help you open the boss door. Every aspect of the game is done well, and while some say it's too short, for me this is one of the reasons why I love it. I can take a few hours and play through the entire game. It's like watching a great movie. Number 13. Bucky O'Hare.
Oh boy, I don't care.
I discovered Bucky O'Hare late, 30 years late, so my opinions aren't colored or blinded by nostalgia. I just simply love the game. Similar to Mega Man in presentation and playstyle, and Castlevania 3 with its distinct playable characters, Konami pieced together something different and wonderful. What really makes it shine though is its level design. Mine carts, rolling on boulders, weird snake creatures. Each planet is visually unique and built with interesting play mechanics that drip with character and charm. The music is fun and punchy, the presentation is top-notch. Bucky O'Hare is a killer game that many people never played, so my advice? Find it, sell the kidney to buy it, and play it now. Like right now. Number 12. Metal Storm. Metal Storm's central gameplay mechanic is the ability to invert gravity. This lets your M308 gunner mech walk along the ceilings as well as navigate the clever level designs in innovative ways. Level 2 has no floors or ceilings, instead it's a labyrinth that wraps in on itself in an endless vertical loop. In Level 4, you're trapped in a cage that progresses through the stage as enemies assault you from every angle, and in Level 5 you're pursued by a laser. Level variation isn't ice, sand, and water, but unique gameplay, and that's awesome. Graphically, Metal Storm's futuristic design is enhanced by multiple scrolling backgrounds and parallax effects. The M308 can also pick up the wall-penetrating plasma gun, the gravity fireball, which makes you invincible while you're inverting gravity, and the shield, which is a shield. The music is energetic and gameplay is so refreshingly unique. I first played Metal Storm in the summer of 1991, but I find myself returning to it time and time again even today. Number 11. Life Force. Blasting through space, enhancing your ship with missiles, lasers, shields, and options which multiply your shots and the range of your firepower, Life Force is fantastic. Your ship starts small but can be modified until it feels unstoppable. Life Force is essentially Contra in space or Gradius with co-op, and if you've seen my top 20 SNES video, you know how much I love the Gradius series.
Why would anybody watch that?
It's the co-op feature though that pushes this game into my top 20, and it's the reason I still play it decades later.
What? Wasn't there no Mario in this video?
Stay tuned for next time when I cover
I'm a Shakespearean actor. I don't understand why they would make me do a role such as this. Is this video done yet?
Stay tuned next time for numbers 10 through 1 of my top 20 NES games list.